to Marina's Kitchen. Today I'm going to show you how to do condensed milk biscuits. I have been doing these biscuits for a very long time and they are really nice, so I'm going to show you how to do them. First of all, I've beaten up 4 eggs and then I'm going to put some vanilla in there, okay? And now I'm going to, they need 1 can of condensed milk. You pour the 1 can of condensed milk in there and we beat that all together. That's very easy to make because all you do is just put it all together. That's a 395 gram tin of condensed milk. I'm going to beat that all together. And now we're going to add 125 gram of margarine or butter. It's melted. I just melted it in the microwave and just pour it in and just whisk it through together. Now to this mixture I'm going to add about 4.5 cups to 5 cups of self-raising flour. It all depends on the size of your eggs because I use 700 gram eggs and sometimes it might take a little bit more. You need just a soft dough. So first of all I'll start adding 1 cup of flour at a time, mix it around. When it gets too heavy you just have to mix it up by hand. Just put some more. Add another bit more. Now I'm going to mix it up with a spoon because it gets too heavy for the beaters to, and I'll just put it in with the spoon. Get the spoon. Okay. Now that I'll just mix it up by hand now. So I just want to get a soft dough. I don't want a sticky dough. I don't want a hard dough, but I just keep on adding the flour until the consistency. Now there you see I've put all the flour in and I've mixed it to a lovely soft but not sticky dough. And it's not got to be sticky. And then after I put a bit of flour on the thing, I roll it out like this. And I roll it out to about, the size of your finger, and I want to cut it in pieces about 5-6 centimeters, which would be about 2.5 inches, and you just cut it in pieces like that. And you put them in, these have to be into a nice, fairly hot oven because they want to be swelling up and just browning nicely. So it makes quite a good big batch of biscuits, but with my big family I always give some to my kids, give some to my grandchildren, and we use them all up. But they freeze very well, so very, very well. So you can put them in the deep freeze and keep them. So what you do now is you put them in trays like this and you bake them until they're a nice golden brown. There you go. I have done some beforehand because I want to show you these biscuits in particular have a special boiled sugar icing on them. And so I've got to show you how to make that so we won't go through the whole process of baking them. That's how you bake them, the whole lot. It makes a big batch. This is the big batch that it makes when they're all done. Just put them in the oven like that until they're brown. They'll come out like that. And this is how much you'll get out of them. So now I prepared them beforehand because I wanted to show you how to make the sugar. Now how to make the boiled sugar is you have to get a small saucepan at this size. You don't want a big saucepan. I've got 400 gram of sugar Put 400 grams of sugar in there and 100 mils of water. Now that's got to come to the boil. That's got to come to the boil. Once it comes to the boil, it's got to boil for exactly 5 minutes. Just stir that water and sugar around until it comes to the boil. You can stop it and then I'll come to the boil. As soon as that comes to the boil, I want to turn the heat down so it'll only boil very slowly, and I'm going to time it. I want to time it exactly for 10 minutes. It's 15, another 10 minutes. See how that's boiling up, and I want to cool that down, so I've turned it down, and I just want that to boil for exactly 10 minutes from the time now. You have to time it from when it starts boiling. So that'll just calm down a little bit now as soon as the heat goes down a bit, and it'll just boil slow. You don't have to keep stirring it, just leave it be and it'll just stay for 10 minutes. So we'll come back in 10 minutes time and I'll show you how to pour it onto the biscuits. It's been boiling for 10 minutes. You don't have to stir it all the time, just now and again you can give it a stir, but it's just bubbling along, and exactly 10 minutes now I've taken it off. And you pour it straight over the biscuits while it's hot. Just be careful because this is very hot when it gets off the stove. And what you do is you get your egg flip and you stir it around the biscuits, and it'll coat all the biscuits with that icing sugar. This is a boiled icing sugar, and once this all dries, it coats it all up and it'll just turn all white. Just keep on stirring them around. And it starts to set. You can still see it that it's going to start setting. I put them out on a piece of paper, and when it dries they all just turn white icing. I'll show you after on the ones that I made. That's what you have to do. Just keep on stirring them around with an egg flip. And you can see that that sugar is starting to go all dried. Turn that off. What we do is I toss them over on a piece of paper, and that will all dry to a white, nice, sugary covering on these biscuits. And that's what you call is a boiled icing sugar. What you do is now you just pour it on a piece of paper, and that'll all dry up. Just spread them out. That'll dry up. All that sugar will dry up the way this has dried up. I can show you the finished product. That's how it'll dry up to a white, sugary. Now this is another version. I'm going to show you something that you can do. Instead of doing the big ones like this, you can cut them in half and do small ones. My grandchildren like these little bits. They call them little snowballs. And you can do little bits and you can ice them the same as that. And it's just another way of doing it. Now this will all dry to this sugary like that. And that's how, I hope it'll turn out for you, because it is very hard to make, but if you do the right thing of turning it off, leaving it boil for 10 minutes, you see how that's all drying up and it's all getting all sticky, so that'll just all dry up now. So I hope this turns out for you. It'll be worthwhile trying it. Thank you for watching.